Every state in the United States of America have an official nickname. Most of these are pretty easy to understand as to how and why they got these nicknames. Florida is the Sunshine State due to how much sun they get down there. Georgia is known as the Peach State due to the quality of the peaches grown there. And Arizona is known as the Grand Canyon State as well. It's home to the Grand Canyon. Yet one of the state nicknames, perhaps one of the more well-known nicknames of one of the more well-known states to those outside of the US, isn't quite as clear to us at first. I'm of course talking about the state of Texas and their nickname, the Lone Star State. So I guess first we should address exactly where the name Texas comes from. It'd be pretty weird if we explain the nickname without explaining the actual name first. The name Texas is of Native American origin, coming from the Caddo language, the language of the Caddo people. This Caddo word being Taisha, which means friends or ally in the Caddo language. This name, however, wasn't given by the Caddo people but by the Spanish settlers on the land, who not only called the land Taisha but called the Caddo people themselves Taisha too, with Taisha eventually transforming into the name Texas. It's really cool that the Spanish settlers of Texas referred to the natives as friends and allies. But yes, it was the Spanish settlers who named Texas, as while we now know Texas as the second biggest state in the US, Texas was once part of Mexico, and interestingly their flag featured 2 stars, as opposed to the one lone star Texas became known for. However, the people of Texas didn't wish to be part of Mexico, and wanted to be their own independent sovereign state. This led to a war of independence between the Mexican state of Texas and Mexico, which lasted from 1835 to 1836. It was here the imagery of the Lone Star started to become more prominent in Texas. However, the Lone Star was used earlier in the history of Texas, such as the flag carried by James Long in 1819 in an earlier unsuccessful expedition to free Texas of Spanish control. Coins have even been found in modern San Antonio from 1817 with a Lone Star on them. It seems Texas and the Lone Star have always gone hand in hand. Regardless of these earlier Lone Stars flags also flew during Texas's claim for independence, being seen at the Battle of Concepcion and at the Siege of Bexar, both in 1835. It's believed that this Lone Star represented Texas's wishes to be a state of the USA, how their Lone Star should join the rest of the stars on the US flag, while others believe that the Lone Star represented Texas' wish to be a lone independent state, not part of Mexico or the US. Regardless, in 1836, Texas did gain independence from Mexico and became the independent Republic of Texas. It was as an independent republic that Texas got its famous Lone Star flag. Forgive me if this video has become more about the Lone Star flag than the Lone Star name, but it wasn't the one we know today. This was a flag that featured a gold star, as if it were just one of the stars from the aforementioned Mexican Texas flag, on a blue background. 3 years later, however, the flag we know today was born, and in 1845, Texas joined the Union and became the Lone Star State of the United States of America. So why is Texas known as the Lone Star State? Well, it's to represent the history of the state, from its struggles to be independent from Mexico, to some today who believe that Texas should become independent once again. The state of Texas was suggested by Caleb Stevenson over on Patreon, and thanks to their suggestion, they will now be honoured as Name Explain's patron saint of Texas. If you want to become a Name Explain patron saint, then why not support the channel on Patreon? Just $1 and up earns you the chance to suggest a country for the next patron saint video. And of course, thank you to all my patrons. These extra Tuesday videos wouldn't exist without the support of you guys. So if you enjoyed these videos and want to be a greater part of our Name Explain community, then why not support the channel? Just $2 a month gets your name here with all these awesome people. Thank you.